Hello world, that's something new to me, which is reading my own text from my own script and trying to make you understand my own thoughts. Never tried it again, so don't try to see my own face. I kind of find it irrelevant. When I post something that shot through my skull, I tag some people who I think could make an important contribution to the topic in the comments that follow. If I tagged you and you felt overwhelmed or somehow offended, I apologize if I was misjudging your potential contribution that you could bring. The reason I tag is that I am Facebook prison almost permanently. I can only be read by those tagged or who is looking for me on purpose on the profile. For the rest, I'm put behind the wall so they don't see me. That is just a little censorship, discreet. What's cooler is that many don't see me for a while because of this, after which I tag them to get their opinion on the issue in that discussion, and they look at me weird, that is. Where you coming from? Because you're already dead in my books. Yeah, that's the old good fun on Fake Book. The question is whether tagged people readers can read my post on their wall because they appear on their profile. That's possible, don't know yet. I can only learn it from them. So let me know. Alternatively, I am on Viadio, got 3 Google profiles with consequent 3 YouTube profiles that are still Google. I've got Telegram, TikTok, and others, but I use Book as a kind of pulpit from which I throw information in the classroom and wait for the reactions from those who use their brains. Yep, I still believe in this thing. Human beings who use their brains. I'm incorrigible. The problem is that in this book agora, I also get the reactions of the people that are paid to swear at whosoever uses the brain. And so they swear hard at me and who dares to discuss something serious with me, just like at the 10th door. So I take it as a price that I have to pay to find out what others think. It's just the cost of doing business. And I filter through the information. What is relevant? A little bit of headache, but it works. The Carajale method. Read the press of those in power, eliminate everything that they boast about themselves, and retain everything that they swear about the others, the opposition. Then read the press of the opposition. Eliminate everything that they boast about themselves, and retain everything that they swear about the others in power. Then read the underworld press. They swear at everyone else. Anyway, you put everything together and you have a somewhat realistic picture of the situation. The method works, but it's difficult. Another method is to read the official press between the lines and understand the keywords. When there is a terrorist threat, a pandemic, a madman who shoots students at a school, that's the smokescreen in the eyes of the suckers. Pull the curtain and look beyond it. What are they hiding there? They're usually hiding something important. Missing billions were stolen and no one knows how. For instance, the Pentagon was missing hundreds of billions, and the report to the nation was to ignite an urgent investigation, and some folks with stars on their shoulders, plus some senators And bunkers, they were to be hid in orange suits. But a plane entered a Pentagon window with 150 something passengers on board, straight into the archives of the office investigating this thing. And the entire archive burned, along with the passengers, of course, and along with the terrorists, of course, that were on the plane. They burned so hard that not even the metal sheet from which the plane was made remained around. It evaporated, high heat. Well, except for the passports of those two or three terrorists. Those hell knows how they were still impossible to burn. Some magic paper. Were found through the grass where the plane had evaporated with the passengers and the whole compromising archive, but not the passports. Of course, it would seem suspicious, but somehow another about 7 planes crashed on the same day. Two exactly in the business center of New York, demolishing 3 buildings with 2 planes. The last one hit by no plane and demolished an hour late. So all transactions archives there are lost, plus other trifles. And the whole thing above is just a theoretical constipation if you ask anyone in the press. Television, laziness, government. The world has spent 25 years ever since in war on international terrorism on that issue. The sovereignty of many countries has been violated. Innocent citizens have been killed, well, some presidents and prime ministers too. Places were bombed, displaced, people emigrated. They got legally tortured in Guantanamo. And bang, all of a sudden everything has been swept under the mat. The Liberation Army withdrew and ceded the territories liberated from the Taliban back to the Taliban, to which they also left an arsenal that could make a teeny country like Albania a military country equal to Germany. And because we started asking questions, they locked us in our houses for a long time, for 2 or more years. And when that didn't work out either, not even with a voluntary sting that was mandatory, they arranged with Putin and Zelensky to make a new war in Ukraine so that we also have something to think about, not to ask some stupid questions around. Only I was still stupid and looking behind the smoke and mirrors curtain. And now, thinking of the future, since the war in Ukraine don't have any more meaning for people and the ratings in the press are falling, they're probably gonna bring back the old pandemic. We'll have the monkey smallpox and the Kappa variant of the COVID. So eat bananas to stay healthy. What can I tell you?